This tale might be pure fiction.
Hello, my name is Dani Calabuig and I am Creative Director over at patrones-escondites. Our latest game is called Pineapple, Bittersweet Revenge, and it will be soon available on PC, Nintendo Switch, and mobile platforms, both iOS and Android. The original idea for Pineapple came from a Reddit post. Yes, a Reddit post written over 10 years ago by some anonymous user who shared a revenge story about a kid that arrives at a new school and then he meets the top bully in the class who starts harassing him on a daily basis, making his life miserable, making his life a living hell for months. Until one day he decides it's time to stop, so he buys a pineapple. From that moment on, he starts stealthily placing pineapples in the bully's most personal spaces until he drives the bully nuts. We were drawn to this story because it resonated with our own experiences with bullying, but also because it used humor to address a serious issue. More specifically, because it presents a moral dilemma. As you seek revenge, you risk becoming a bully yourself. 2 years ago, when we were looking for ideas for a new video game, we revisited this story and thought it would be very compelling to use the broad reach of video games, but also its narrative power to tell this story. Regarding the strengths of our project, I would highlight 4 of them. First, the story. Pineapple presents a moral dilemma where players transition from victim to aggressor without realizing it, something that is very common in real life. Throughout the game, the player earns these mysterious points as ends, but it is only at the end that they discover the true meaning of this score, delivering a shocking reality check. The second thing I would highlight is the humor. The script, drawings, and situations are all infused with humor. We specifically aim to avoid the preachy tone often used when discussing a theme like bullying, and instead using humor because it disarms the player, making them think they're engaging with a funny story while they're actually participating in something a bit darker. The third point I would feature is the duration. The game lasts about 90 minutes approximately, maybe 2 hours. And it is intentionally short to ensure as many players as possible reach this twisting end. Of course, it's fun, the challenges, the puzzles are fun, yet we wanted to keep them not very difficult and often more interactive than puzzle-based, just to make sure that as many people as possible reach the end, as I was saying. And the last point I would highlight is the art. We wanted to have a distinctive art from the very beginning, something reminiscent of the doodles we all have made in our notebooks by high school. And we were lucky to find David Octane because his style perfectly matched our vision, and he came with this fabulous illustrations and animations that are so unique and iconic and make Pineapple stand out. Regarding what we learned from this development, I would say that for Pineapple we've realized that our creative process is somewhat different. We start with a story, and then we try to find the game mechanics that better fit into the story, to tell the story. And this contrasts with the more common approach of beginning with a game genre and then having like game mechanics and then finding the story, if at all. And this affects not only the development of the project, but also the communication phase of the game. It's been difficult to pitch to publishers and to press because you cannot reveal the end of the story, but the hook of the story is very important. And the game mechanics, they don't stand out as much as the art or the story itself. And that is something that we've learned, and then hopefully that will improve in future projects. So far, we've looked for a publisher, but we will finally self-publish Pineapple unless we find a publisher eager to take the risk to publish such an unconventional gaming experience as Pineapple. Regarding what would we have done differently if the project started from scratch, I'd say that I think we always try to do it, but in this case, I think it would have been much better if we could have involved the audience earlier in creating and creating the pranks. Bullying is a common experience, and many people could have contributed great ideas to those pranks, to where to place those pineapples. The audience could have brought many good ideas. And additionally, I think something that we had a discussion, I'm not very sure if it's the right approach. I think we could have tried to allow the players to choose the order of the pranks instead of following a linear path as it is now. Maybe that could have given them a little bit more control and maybe improve the